3 days to build an incredible cliff house suspended right over the void. That's the crazy gamble our friend is taking, tackling a build where no one else would dare step foot. It all starts right here, on this raft gliding quietly down the river. Our friend isn't just out for a cruise, he's hunting for the perfect spot, and this raw cliff hanging over the water is exactly what he needs for his project. But a word of warning. Picking a spot like this means accepting a 72-hour shift with a sheer drop right next door. The second he arrives, the first priority is setting up torches. Why? Because on a job site this vertical, you absolutely have to mark out your workspace before the shadows creep up the rock face and make every move dangerous. The challenge is massive and the clock is already ticking, so without wasting a single second, he tackles the foundation. Watch closely how he positions these first pillars. This isn't just for show, it's the actual skeleton of the future house. Since he's up in the air, he literally has to create a floor where there's nothing but empty space. That's why he spends so much time wedging these heavy logs, adjusting them to the fraction of an inch and locking them solid against the rock. Every single move is critical, because if this base shifts, the whole house ends up at the bottom of the river. You can feel the physical strain. The wood is massive, the rock is unforgiving, but the structure is finally getting rigid. This suspended platform is becoming a reality. It's an encouraging first technical victory, but don't be fooled. The weather is shifting, and our friend is about to learn that the cliff hasn't had its final say. With the base locked in, a new challenge pops up. How do you get from solid ground to this bird's nest without risking your life every single time? So, our friend starts building a suspended walkway. This is the lifeline of the house. For the flooring, he uses a seriously clever trick. Instead of laying down whole pieces of bamboo, he splits them right down the middle while keeping them attached. This lets him unroll the wood just like a rug. The goal is simple: leave absolutely zero gaps between the slats. Why? Because at this height, the smallest hole or slippery spot turns this path into a deadly trap. It's precision work that takes an unbelievable amount of patience, but the payoff is huge. He finally has solid, safe access. The skeleton of the cabin is even starting to climb toward the sky. But here's the problem. This method is eating through his supplies at a crazy pace. The bamboo pile is shrinking right before our eyes, and the biggest part of the build is still ahead. To make matters worse, the wind is picking up, bringing with it the first drops of a threat he never saw coming. Well, genius comes at a cost. His bamboo supply just zeroed out. He burned through so much of it to make that ultra-dense floor that there isn't a single usable stock left on site. With no other option, our friend has to abandon the cliff and head back out on his raft for a supply run. It's a massive waste of time, and in a 3-day challenge, every hour lost is an hour you never get back. He finally returns, arms full and out of breath, ready to double down and make up for lost time. But luck just isn't on his side. The second the materials are hauled up, the sky turns charcoal gray and a fierce tropical downpour slams into the valley without warning. This is a crushing blow. Once wet, bamboo turns into an absolute slip and slide, and all this precision work is one wrong step away from a fatal fall. In a panic, our hero pulls a survival tarp out of his back. It's his only shot at saving his gear and his sanity. He rigs it up with whatever he has on hand to keep the dry wood safe and carve out a tiny refuge from the storm. It's a moment of pure tension where you can actually see the exhaustion weighing on his shoulders, but he refuses to quit. Over the deafening roar of the rain, he's already prepping the next sections of bamboo. He might be safe for now, sure, but the hardest part is still waiting. How is he going to climb up and build a roof on a frame that's now dripping wet from top to bottom? The downpour finally moves on, leaving behind a soaked and slippery job site. It's in these sketchy conditions that our friend finishes nailing down the last slats of the floor. Now that the base has become a real suspended deck, it's time to gain some altitude. But heads up, climbing higher on this perch means stepping right into the crosshairs of the wind. Look at how he installs these vertical pillars. Every single post has to be perfectly plumb and locked down tight because they're going to carry the entire weight of the future roof. It's a nerve-wracking stage. He's working balancing on the edge with the drop calling out from right below. Once the uprights are set, the silhouette of the house finally appears. He then tackles the roof frame, a complex skeleton designed to give the roof the perfect pitch. Why such a steep angle? So that the next storm's rain won't pool up and drain straight off into the canyon. This is pure engineering done by hand and common sense. The structure is standing tall and proud, but for now it's just a wooden cage open to the elements. If he doesn't hurry up and seal this shelter, the slightest midnight gust could turn this dream into a pile of driftwood at the bottom of the river. Now that the skeleton is holding strong, it's time to give this cabin some actual skin. Our friend starts at the very top, laying down these wooden planks one by one to seal the roof. It's detail-oriented work, as every joint has to be flawless to offer total protection from the elements. With the roof done, the whole vibe changes. We're no longer just looking at a structure, we're watching a home come to life. Check out how he divides the interior space. He doesn't want one big, empty box, so he carefully sections off the hallway and the future bedroom. This is where the bamboo makes a comeback to form the walls. He weaves them with the precision of a basket maker. While making sure to leave a strategic opening for the window. This is crucial for letting in light, but also for soaking in that plunging view of the river. But the real secret to his comfort is happening all the way up top, right under the roof frame. He spends an eternity plugging up the last few gaps. Why? Because up this high, the tiniest hole turns into a wind whistle the second the temperature drops. By sealing those drafts, he's guaranteeing a peaceful night, safe from the freezing forest chill. The inside is now a protected little cocoon, but outside, the danger hasn't gone anywhere. One wrong step, and this adventure comes to a sudden, tragic end. That's why our friend is now tackling the most critical stage for his survival, securing the perimeter. He grabs the bamboo again, cuts it with precision, and starts putting up guardrails all along the deck and the suspended bridge. This isn't just about looking good, it's a vital lifeline between the comfort of the house and a drop of several dozen feet. He installs these horizontal bars, nailing them solidly to the support posts, creating a frame that literally cages out the void. With the safety measures locked in, he can finally breathe. Our hero then moves on to the interior finishes, crafting a centerpiece, a large chair, somewhere between a recliner and a bed, carved straight out of the wood. He adjusts every branch to make sure the rest is perfect after days of hardcore labor. The house is finally finished, proud, sturdy, and incredibly elegant, hanging out here on this wild cliff. The job site shuts down, the tools are put away, and the silence of the forest takes over once again. The sun dips behind the horizon, and the jungle totally changes its face. The racket of the tools gives way to a completely different symphony, the crackle of a campfire. After 3 days of defying gravity, our friend can finally put his feet on solid ground. Or rather, put his feet on this new domain he's wrestled from the void. It's reward time, and it starts with a mouth-watering smell drifting up from the skillet. A few eggs, some bread, and you've got a savory omelet that tastes just a little bit better when you're eating it suspended between the earth and the sky. Every bite is a tribute to the grind he put in. Kicked back comfortably in his wooden chair, our hero soaks up the absolute peace and quiet.